By gardening organically, the dependence on chemicals is removed. By eliminating chemicals used in regular gardening, your vegetables will be healthier because they will get the nutrients by natural means. Unlike traditional gardening, organic gardening will help to prevent potentially harmful toxins from entering your body. Lastly, it is much more environmentally friendly. The biggest problems with using modern gardening products are the man-made chemicals. These products, such as fertilizers and pesticides, contaminate the health of humans and the health of the environment. The reason behind this is because the chemicals do not just stay on the soil. These chemicals seep into the ground and poison water supplies, gardens, your home, and as mentioned, your health. The use of modern gardening products containing man-made chemicals are responsible for the reduction of the Earth's ozone layer, and they also have been linked to serious health problems, including cancer in humans. When you decide to garden organically, you can eliminate the concern for destroying the environment, but more importantly, you can eliminate the concern for you and your family's health and well-being. When you use modern gardening products, the toxic chemicals are transferred to you and your clothing. Obviously, these toxic chemicals could then be transferred to your children or significant other. Not to mention, if you plant vegetables non-organically, toxic chemicals will be absorbed by your vegetables, and in turn, will be ingested by you and your family. In fact, one common ailment which affects avid gardeners is dermatitis. By gardening organically, you can eliminate getting dermatitis of the hands. By deciding to garden organically, you'll help prevent the poisoning of groundwater and prevent adding further toxins to the soil. When man-made chemicals are used for gardening, it poisons other plants. Because these man-made chemicals poison the water and other plants, it can be dangerous or even deadly to little creatures that rely on the water to drink or plants to eat. Lastly, the chemicals used will evaporate into the atmosphere and return in the form of contaminated rain and/or snow. By deciding to grow your vegetable garden organically, you're ensuring your vegetables are in their purest form, as nature intended. Modern gardening products with chemicals actually change the taste of vegetables. Fertilizer with man-made chemicals can also ultimately lead to severe health problems. The first step to growing an organic vegetable garden is to find an excellent location and adequately allocate the proper space to your organic vegetable garden. The amount of space you decide to use for your organic vegetable garden must be sufficient, but not in excess. You do not want wasted space or wasted vegetables, because you grew too many. Another important factor to consider when planning your organic vegetable garden is to ensure the soil has enough drainage. You should also try to keep it in as close proximity to a water source that you possibly can. A useful tip when planning your organic vegetable garden is to literally map out your garden before you plant any seeds. After you measure the space you plan on allocating to your organic vegetable garden, you can draw your garden on a piece of graph paper. If you are so inclined, you can draw your garden to scale on the graph paper. Either way, it will make your planting much easier if you have a well-designed and drawn-out plan to work from while planting. You must start with clean soil. You should test the soil before you plant a single seed. After all, if your soil is contaminated, all the benefits of having an organic garden are nullified. The seeds you plant must also be derived from plants grown organically. If your seeds do not come from organically grown plants, the plants you grow will already be contaminated. The seeds would be carrying traces of the chemicals used to grow the non-organic plants. A critical step when it comes to growing an organic vegetable garden is soil preparation. Organic soil preparation is much slower than if you would use fertilizers with man-made chemicals. The fertilizer you use must be completely chemical-free. Your best bet to ensure your fertilizer is chemical-free is to purchase it at an organic garden center. You can even use items you would normally throw away to help enrich your soil. This will be covered more in depth in a later section. You should make sure organic fertilizer is mixed into your soil at least 3 weeks prior to planting any organic seeds. As mentioned, the organic fertilization process takes a little more time, but is well worth the effort. You must be sure all chunks of the organic fertilizer are properly broken down and blended 100% into the soil. It's important your organic garden gets plenty of water. You should be prepared to water your garden extensively at least once a week. You can forego the irrigation if you get lots of rain. However, the key is how much rain your garden received. The rain should have been a slow, steady, soaking rain. It's critical that the moisture penetrate completely through the soil and makes its way to the entire plant root. Using organic mulch in your organic vegetable garden is a fantastic choice. Mulch helps the plants retain moisture and suppresses weed growth effectively. As it decomposes, mulch provides constant, nutrient-rich food to your plants. Leaves, grass clippings, and wood shavings are excellent choices for mulch. You can also purchase organic mulch, but be sure it does not contain any type of chemicals, or else it will not truly be organic mulch. Why grow an organic herb garden? Well, herbs are excellent flavor enhancers for our meat, pasta, and vegetable dishes. Not only do herbs add flavor to our food, but they also provide us with added nutrients. By growing our own organic herb garden, we can have fresh, chemical-free herbs anytime we want. By cultivating an organic herb garden, we can more fully appreciate the full taste of the herbs. When chemicals are used in the herb growing process, the natural taste of the herbs is altered. Once you use herbs from your own organic herb garden, you will taste what you have been missing. Growing an organic herb garden, like we discussed in the organic vegetable garden section, requires utmost attention to the type of seeds used. You must be positive that the seeds are completely and totally organic. To get the full benefit of organic, the seeds have to be chemical and pesticide-free. An organic herb garden, just like an organic vegetable garden, should be mapped out on a piece of graph paper. This is especially useful for herbs, because some organic herbs will actually flourish more bountifully if they are planted next to other certain herbs. You can do some further research about this, or you can ask the staff at an organic garden supply store to assist you with this. When it comes to choosing which herbs to grow in your organic herb garden, you have a large amount to choose from. Some of the more popular herbs include the following: basil, chives, chamomile, parsley, oregano, lemon balm, and you can even grow catnip. The organic seed packets should provide the proper growing instructions, including when to plant them and precise directions on how to plant them for maximum growing results. Organic herb garden growing tips include ensuring that your garden gets plenty of water to flourish. However, it's crucial to balance your watering habits. You need to make sure you do not either overwater or underwater your organic herbs. Typically, your organic herb seed packets should provide specific watering instructions. It's strongly suggested you invest in a soil moisture testing kit. This tool will give you an accurate reading of how much moisture is in the soil, helping you to water appropriately. Additionally, your organic herb garden would also greatly benefit from mulching and composting. It's highly advantageous if you make your own organic compost. And guess what? It's very easy to make your own organic compost. We'll discuss this more in depth later on. You've successfully grown your organic herbs, but now what? Let's explore some practical uses for your harvest. The simplest method is drying your herbs. For optimal results, harvest early in the day when it's cooler. Use a sharp pair of scissors or a knife to cut large stems, then gently wash the herbs. They are delicate, so handle them with care. After washing, lay them on paper towels or a clean cloth to absorb excess water. Then, tie them into bundles and hang them up in a dry, arid place in your home, avoiding damp areas like bathrooms or basements. Direct sunlight is an option, though it may fade the color. Once completely dry, crush the herbs and store them in jars. They'll last about a year. Alternatively, freezing is another excellent preservation method. Prepare the herbs similarly, but make sure they're completely dry before placing them in freezer bags, noting the date as they're best used within 6 months. Another delightful use is in making herb vinegar, perfect for salads or as a cooking additive. You'll need a sterilized glass jar, your herbs, and your choice of vinegar. After combining these, let the mixture sit for a few weeks before straining and using. Lastly, organic herb oil is fantastic for dressings or even for moisturizing your skin. But remember, it must be refrigerated and used within 2 weeks if made with fresh herbs, or 4 weeks with dried herbs. Organic garden fertilizers are crucial for enriching your soil organically. It's recommended to fertilize at least twice a year to ensure your garden thrives. Unlike synthetic options, organic fertilizers don't contain harmful chemicals. They can be animal-based, like manure from various animals, which should be decomposed to eliminate harmful pathogens before use. Plant-based options include ingredients like seaweed and worm castings, which are rich in essential nutrients and micronutrients that promote maximum growth. You can also create your own worm casing fertilizer or use green manure, a cover crop that enriches the soil as it decomposes. These methods not only enrich your soil, but also allow you to maintain a healthy, flourishing organic garden. Organic gardening compost is a fantastic way to provide natural nutrition to your plants. Compost improves moisture retention, soil structure, and aeration. The great news is, it's almost free and requires minimal effort. Use organic materials like food scraps, leaves, and manure, which provide nitrogen, while dried straw adds carbon, essential for plant growth. Remember to turn your compost pile every other week to accelerate decomposition. A properly maintained compost should not smell bad. If it does, aerate it to correct the issue. By using organic compost, you're not only feeding your garden, but also practicing sustainable, cost-effective gardening. Why use organic pest control? The answer lies in the harmful effects of conventional pesticides. These chemicals don't just target harmful insects, they pose a threat to all living beings, including humans and pets, and can lead to serious health issues like cancer and birth defects. Moreover, they contaminate our water supplies, affecting the entire food chain. Understanding these risks, would you want to expose your garden and ultimately your body to such toxins? Opting for organic pest control is a safer, healthier choice for both you and the environment.